You ready?
I'm ready, yeah. Born ready. Right, my name's Des Gallagher. I'm a founder member of FC United of Manchester. I'm 69 years of age. I'm retired and I do volunteer work in the office 5 days a week for the club, office administration, and anything else that needs to be done. That's I'm doing it because my partner passed away at the beginning of the year, and she'd been ill for some time. I've been looking after her, and I needed something else to fill my time, and they were short in the office, so I came in to answer emails and telephone calls and ended up basically being de facto volunteer office manager. So there we go. That's where I am. I've been a member of FC United, as I said, since 2005, 2005-06, the first season. I initially heard about, I hadn't been attending Old Trafford for about 4 years before that. I'd got fed up with the way that football was going anyway, and it was also becoming expensive for me at that time. So I just decided to stop going. You can probably tell from my accent, I'm from Northern Ireland. The thing that brought me to Manchester United was George Best. I'm old enough to remember George Best. I saw Best play for United when he came back in 73, 74. Success came a lot of glory hunters, a lot of JCLs, we call them, Johnny Come Latelys, like there's now with City. There's people, I've never seen so many people wearing a blue shirt in Manchester, and I've lived here 50 years. They're even, you see them, you know, it's just sit here now what Manchester United were in the 90s, a successful side, so everybody jumps on board with them. I was getting pissed off with that at Old Trafford. People were turning up on day trips, stocking up with merchandise, coming in the ground, never singing, never chanting, nothing, just sat there watching. You were being told to sit down, shut up. I just thought, nah, this isn't for me anymore. So I walked away. I had to make a choice about keeping a roof over my head or going home and away with Manchester United. And I was married at the time, and I had kids, and I couldn't put them at risk. A lot of people come to watch the football, and sometimes the football's good, and sometimes the football's not so good. But it's a very interesting story, right? Tell you this is an anecdotal story which happened because I was there. The last home game here against Guiseley, we got beat 3-2, and we were sat in the bar watching the game, because that's the other good thing about football at this level. You can watch with a beer in your hand, you can go out on the terraces and all that sort of stuff. It's a completely different vibe. So I was standing with my mate, and we were 3-0 down, and we were talking about the 1980s at Manchester United. And he said, do you remember the 1980s when you used to be able to stand and drink and watch crap football? And I said, yeah. What do you think we're doing now? So, well, we're standing here watching crap football. you know, the more a thing changes, the more it stays the same. And that's the sort of, there's so many positives to this club that far outweigh any of the negatives from leaving Manchester United. The greatest memory, I suppose, of my time following FC United was the FA Cup run we had in 2010-11, when we set off in it was the first qualifying round, and we got all the way through to the second round proper, and we lost on a replay to Brighton at Gig Lane, and we beat Rochdale in the first round. We were 2-0 up, right, and they got it back to 2-2, and we scored in the last minute in 3-2.
This is my final question now. I'm going to steal a question from loads of interviews around the world, but how would you like to be remembered? Sort of.
Oh my God, as someone who loved the club. End of.